guys, so today I am filming for you a first impression again. Today I'm going to be doing my first impression on the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. I got mine in the shade R250. This was, at my location Sephora, the best color match for me. I actually should be wearing like 230, I'm thinking, so this might end up being a little too pale, or not too pale, way too dark and too pink, so we'll see. I'm going to be doing what I did in my last first impressions, where one side I'm going to be priming both sides because otherwise no foundation ever stays for me. But I'm going to be doing Beautyblender on one side, brush on the other. So I'm going to actually use today the NYX Honey Do Me Up Serum Primer, just because I need a little bit of happy gold in my life. I just like to draw a line on each section of my face before I do this and just be done with it. I just like this one because it's lightweight, it absorbs really fast, but what's really nice about it is that it kind of leaves a tacky base for my skin, so everything just kind of adheres to it really nicely, which that's what I need. My redness today is really out of control, so if this weren't a first impression, I would normally, you know, do some color correcting, but I'm not going to today. So, I'm going to start out, I've got a little palette here that I'm going to I'm going to pump this onto. I wonder how many pumps this is going to take to get it out. Oh, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 pumps, which is not a whole lot of product. I don't want to tip it because it's really, really runny. I'm just going to dab it. I feel like I save a lot more product if I apply it to my face rather than, you know, dabbing my sponge into this. So this side is going to be the sponge side, which I think was the exact same way I did it last time. This side was sponge, the other side was the other. This is supposed to be, I think, a medium, sheer to medium coverage. So that's why I'm doing it on a day when I don't have to go to work or anything like that. This will just give me a little something to wear. Keep in mind, for those of you who have never watched a first impression video of mine before, I'll tell you what my skin is. I am very fortunate that my skin is mostly normal. I do have dry tendencies, especially in the middle of summer and the middle of winter. Yeah, I know, go figure, middle of summer, who has that problem? So it gives some pretty decent coverage. It's not the best coverage, I'll say that. But again, this is only the sheer buildup. So I'm going to leave it as that for now, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the brush on the other side. So I have about half the product still left on here. So let's see how well the brush works. Because I'm not going to lie, I feel like Makeup Forever products really are supposed to be used with brushes. That's just my feeling from working at Sephora, applying this product myself on other people, that 9 times out of 10, the brush looks a little bit better. Okay, so that's all the product I have left. I have enough to maybe like bounce some along my neck and into my skin. So for my brush for this, I'm going to use the Real Techniques buffing brush. Just because when it's a more formula like this, I tend to find not a super dense brush tends to work best for me. So weather here in Chicago is finally getting colder. This morning I woke up and it was 62 degrees and I was like, hey, it's fall! Anyone else have days like that? California people, when do you know it's fall? I'm just curious. Same with Florida. I mean, do you just go, oh, it's October 1st, we're officially calling it fall? Or how badly is your weather change? I'm always curious. I've always lived in a state with 4 seasons, so 4 distinct seasons, I should say. Okay. So, actually, I would say this foundation's got pretty good coverage for a sheer coverage foundation. Obviously, I'd say on me this is definitely sheer. I still have a lot of redness coming through, not as much as you can see on camera. My cheeks are still really red. Ooh, I think I'm like, it's my allergies, that's what's doing this. And my nose is still a little red, so I'm going to pump out just a half a pump of extra product. And I'm actually going to use the Beautyblender instead of the brush. I actually prefer the side with the brush, to be honest. I think I like how it looks a little bit better, so, but yeah. Let's see if you can, how well building up works. And you know what, I'm going to go with a little bit on my chin too, because my chin's still feeling red. So I'm going to go ahead and take the buffing brush, and this time I'm just going to kind of push it in rather than buff. I find when applying foundations on people that this tends to be the best solution rather than buffing in that little circle with the second layer, is to just spot treat and then press inward, like Beautyblender style. So it's still not fully covering my redness. I bet if I had primed using a color correcting primer, which I avoided for this video so that it could be a fair assessment of covering redness, I think if I had used a green primer, it wouldn't be showing through quite as much as it is now. I don't know if I would have completely gotten rid of it, because on days like today where, like I said, I'm just, you know, lightly covering, I'm not, you know, I don't need the full face for work today, I feel like it's a good idea. I'm just going to do this to quickly buff some color. I'm just taking whatever product is left on my palette and pressing it in. It's blending really nice down my neck. It was feeling a little too pink when I pumped it out, so I was a little concerned. But this is definitely a great match for me, actually. It's technically a shade off. For those of you who are curious, at Sephora, my color IQ for myself is 1R03. And this is actually the shade match for 1R04. So it's a shade down, meaning a little bit more pink. But, I mean, it's working. If 230 had been there, I would have gotten 230. 230 is, shoot. So all in all, I used 2 pumps because I didn't really use all the first 2 that I did, and I used a little bit more, and I probably didn't need all that I did. I really buffed a lot of extra product down into this, and obviously a little bit got stuck up into the brush. Not very much though. This is a pretty good brush for blending, by the way, guys. So I'd say it's a nice finish. It definitely does not set itself. It's still a little bit tacky. I'm gonna go ahead and really quickly finish up, put a little bit of concealer. Actually, no, I don't need concealer in my eyes. I'm gonna do my brows, throw on some mascara and a lip color, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I've just put on, you know, my brows, a lip color. I used some concealer to neutralize out my eyes and put on some mascara. I didn't do anything else to my face. I didn't put concealer on or anything. It's been about 5 minutes since I put it on, and it's still feeling a little bit tacky, so I am going to set it with just a setting powder. I'm not going to use a spray or anything. I'm going to use, this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder. The other one I have is mattifying, and I don't want to use that, because I feel like that could affect how this turns out, so I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and use this guy. Normally I'm someone who likes to set their face using like a pressed foundation powder. My current go-to is the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth. But obviously I'm trying not to use anything with pigment because I don't want it to throw off the reading of this. Piece of fur in my nose. So it is currently 9:57 a.m. so it was about 9:45 when I put the foundation on, so we're gonna say 9:45 was when it started. But we'll see. I would definitely say right now, I'm looking in the mirror behind my camera, I would say my skin's looking pretty flawless. I kind of like that a little bit of my redness is peeking through because that means I can skip some blush today and just go straight with what I normally do. So I'm going to wear this throughout the day. I'm going to try and make it last the whole day, see how well it works. I have a couple of errands to run today. I'm going to check in with you guys throughout the day in a couple hours, lunchtime, hopefully around dinner. I'm going to try and wear this till 8 o'clock. We'll shoot for 8 o'clock, so that'll be 10 hours of wear. If we're going to round up to 10 o'clock right now, that's going to be about 10 hours of wear. I don't see why you'd be wearing a foundation longer than that. Maybe 12 hours? I don't know, but I think 10 hours is a pretty accurate read. So that's it for now, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so I'm checking in with you. It's about 1:30 now. So the foundation so far is holding up pretty nicely. I will admit, I have allergies. I've been blowing my nose. I'm sorry, my hand is so shaky. I've been blowing my nose and all this stuff, so it has worn off a little bit, like around my nose, around my nostrils and stuff, which to be expected when blowing your nose every 5 minutes. Up here, I've been itching. Like, something is going on with my skin lately where I'm getting these weird little itchy bumps. I think I'm getting bit by bugs or something. It still looks really flawless. It's definitely I thought, you know, this morning I was like, okay, I got it past sheer, and I thought for a minute maybe it was medium. I'd say no, it's more like between sheer medium, because you can definitely still see all my freckles. You can still see blemishes. You can clearly see all of my moles. They're not like fully covered or anything. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything though. All I did was set it with powder earlier, so it's not like there's any concealer or anything on. Overall, I think it's still holding up pretty well for considering that's not, you know, a full coverage foundation. It's not transferring, like if I press my finger to my forehead, there's nothing coming off on my finger. I don't feel greasy, I don't feel oily, anything like that. I'm a little bit shiny, but it's not like oily. I feel like it's just me sweating because I amped up the temperature in my house. I'm gonna check in with you guys later tonight. I don't know what time, probably like 8-ish, hopefully. But for so far, for having been on for 3.5 hours, it's holding up pretty well. I don't know if you were to try and build it to completely full coverage or medium, how well it will last, but for me, what I'm at today, it's still lasting pretty well. I'll see you later. So, this is my final check-in. It is 8:15 at night, so I have had this on since 9:45 this morning. So my feeling is I fell asleep wearing it, and that probably kind of screwed it up a lot. Definitely at this point, a lot of it has broken down. All my redness is coming back through again. You can still see, so I put concealer on my lids today for my makeup and nothing else. And you can see the line of where my concealer starts next to where the foundation has started to fade. So if I get up close, it has completely broken, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It has completely faded around my nose here, around this. Tip of my nose is all gone. Part of that is because I kept blowing my nose every 5 minutes, so I'm counting the nose up to me being stupid. My forehead's a little shiny. There's no like physical oil, so if I stick my finger on my forehead and pull it away, it's not greasy, oily, or anything. It doesn't feel like grease, so I think it's just like that dewy finish to it, which is weird because it's supposed to be a natural finish. I would say it faded back to being a sheer coverage. It's not all completely gone, but it is mostly gone. So overall, I think I'd have to rate this guy I would rate it a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I like the formula. I like that it's lightweight. However, I would not recommend this for anyone who needs full coverage foundation. A, it's going to take you forever to try and build it up. B, it's going to take a lot of stuff to set it. And I'm curious if I were to use, you know, a setting powder, a different primer, anything like that, if that would help it. Like to use one that specifically Makeup Forever has designed, but I'm not sure. Trying to think what else. I mean, it was a good color match for me. I was a little hesitant when I got the bottle. I mean, really, other than that, I have no complaints other than that it faded at this point. But I mean, like I said, it's almost 11 hours at this point, so I'm okay with it fading. I think if you were wearing it more for like 5 hours, 5 or 6, because I was feeling good about it up until I took my nap, so my nap probably could have screwed up a lot of this. I mean, it's a good foundation, especially if you're not needing extreme full coverage. Like you don't have horrible blemishes or scarring or pigmentation problems. It should be a good foundation for you as long as you're using a good primer and setting it with whatever works with your skin. So again, I'm rating the Makeup Forever. I'm going to give it the 7. I'll just go with 7. We'll round it up because I bet my nap screwed it up. And that is it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.